Back onto the topic of stablecoins, Alexander, Chief Product Officer from cXchange, joins us back here in the studios. Alexander, thank you once again for joining us today.
Good day, Jessica. Good to be back.
Thank you. Now, you seem like the perfect person to speak to us about this because cXchange is a customizable digital asset exchange solution developed by Spotware. It seems like the main question when we talk about stablecoins is how do you keep a stablecoin stable? So what do you think of all of this? What was your thoughts initially when we see all the stablecoins that are coming out there backed by different fiat currencies and also commodities as well?
Yes, indeed. Well, there's a number of different stablecoins. Some might be backed to a fiat currency, such as the euro or the USD, like TUSD or USDC, which you brought up today. Others might be backed by a commodity. There's some interesting projects that they're talking about putting gold on the blockchain or putting oil on the blockchain. And then finally, you have stablecoins that can also be backed by a different cryptocurrency. For example, XYZ is always equal to a certain set amount of Ether or Bitcoin or Ripple. Now, how they keep the peg steady is done in the programming. But what it is backed by in the reserves is ultimately what interests users. So if USDC comes out and they say every USDC coin is backed by $1, we as users would like to know that, yes, indeed, they have $1 for every USDC. And the same with diamond or gold or whatever product they claim to back. Ultimately, the coding can be audited, but you also have to have an audit of the real world product.
And I think as well, we did see, even from 2017, a lot of questions surrounding Tether and if it was correctly backed to the USD, if it caused any price volatility, and if it was actually as stable as people made out. And what did you think about that? What do you think about stable coins that do have a little bit of fluctuation there? Can they be, do you have to put a lot of trust into a stable coin if you are a user or a holder of that coin?
Yes, indeed, you are placing your trust into whichever stablecoin you choose to sell into. On Tether, there has been, over a number of years, there's been some bad news. Now, whether that is manipulation of outsiders or whether those are credible questions, that remains to be seen. Tether, they stand by their word that it is backed, and they have the money in the bank. However, they haven't released a full audit as of yet. Now, I think that is specifically interesting with the two US products that we have. So from Gemini and from Circle. Circle, we know that they have very strict and very transparent standards. I'll just point out three for you. The first one is in order to be able to trade and provide USDC, you must be a licensed member to handle electronic money, which is such as banking, money transmissions, or trust charters. Second, you have to have publicly audited and AML compliance standards available. And thirdly, you have to back all the tokens with a 1-to-1 US dollar reserve. And I think the final point is really what gives trust to a trader.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for that. You'll join us on later on in the show, and we can touch a little bit more on stablecoins and being listed and also created by exchanges as well. Thank you very much, and we look forward to speaking to you later.
See you soon.